The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no guys, me, really raw, villain raw, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Don't adjust your set. It's just me today. Oh man, there's a lot of people that probably turned this immediately off when they realized it was just me. No, it's just me today. I decided that, we in the streaming session. You see, I got my crib laid out in the back for you. Look at my pool. Look at my pool. Got my pool in my living room, all that. Just sitting out here. We on stream and we just gonna go through the games, and I'm gonna just go game by game, talk about it. We got the chat going. Free sauce, I see you. Cam, lights out. Everybody's going. It was a day going on in the NBA yesterday too. A bunch of things to get through and a really long slate to get through. So hop in. Tell somebody, tell a friend of a friend, get in the chat, say a message, give me a best bet, give me whatever you like in the game, talk to me, do whatever, give me some intel. Somebody check up on birthdays too. I don't know what birthdays is going on today, but let me know if we got some birthdays going on. Interesting games on a Sunday. Toronto and Brooklyn. We're going back and forth. Toronto got it done. Atlanta got it done against the Hornets. Utah Jazz, yet again. I have to tell you, every time the Utah Jazz at home are a wagon. They're a wagon. Gotta take the Utah Jazz at home. So what's going on with the chat? What's going on, everybody? And then OKC. I mean, just a dominant performance at home against the Portland Trailblazers, where I have to say this. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder are, I don't know, like, do they really need a number 2 guy when everybody is playing good like this? Like 17-1 at this point in the season. I can only imagine this team gets better as they get healthier. OKC is going to be a really real problem in the future. All right. Let's see here. Chat. Oh, look at that. Chat's rolling too. Everybody's in there. What's going on, chat? All right. We're going to get through this slate here. First, I got to make sure that I remind you all that the holidays are here. And so we have a discount going on at the SGPN merch store, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. All you got to do is go to and give promo code HOLIDAY for 25% off everything in the merch store. You can get some NBA Gambling Podcast gear, WNBA Gambling Podcast gear. You can go get you a Reps of Terrorist hoodie. It's a little bit cold. You might want to grab the hoodie out there. 25% off everything in the merch store. So make sure you go get that store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. All right. Let's see here. Long slate. Even longer injury report. Jesus Christ. Turn injuries off. By the way, shout out to the Giants for firing Shane Bowen. We got rid of one Shane, got to get rid of the other in the front office, but the Giants are moving forward. Let's talk about the first game I have on the slate here. It will be the Toronto Raptors going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs are laying 2.5. Total is set at 237.5. Injury report, I don't have anything for this game because both of these two teams are coming off of a back-to-back here. So, to the number, I feel like the Cavs have been rather underwhelming. And they haven't been covering a lot of numbers. They've been figuring out ways to get wins. I actually really am not too interested in this Cavs team personally, because it just seems like they really live or die if Donovan Mitchell is having a game right now. Maybe like they figure it out a little bit further down the road, but it just doesn't seem like that they're all together as a unit. But they keep winning games. Jared Allen, we'll see if he plays. He's been hanging around the injury report. But then you have the Toronto Raptors, and it's like every night, it's a show. every night it's a show. Every night it's either Scotty Barnes, Quickly, Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick. Uh, I I feel like this Raptors team is just playing very good team basketball. Something slightly similar to an OKC, but on a lower level. And so somebody said that the Raptors own the Cavs. Yeah, they've gotten a win against them twice on Halloween and in both in Cleveland. Halloween 112 to 101 and 126 to 113. And I think that's what they're thinking here. Maybe some revenge for the Cavs here. That's why the line moved. It opened up actually Toronto as a favorite and moved over in the Cavs direction here. Just looking over some things one more time. Yeah, I'm Cavs 4-3 on the road. Toronto's 5-2 at home. Toronto's really good. I don't know. It's really hard for me to get off of Toronto here. Here's where I think Toronto will have an issue, and it's going to be on the glass. I think Toronto's looks really, really good defensively, especially after turning completely around how they started, how ugly they looked beginning of the season. They were able to really, really pick it up defensively now. But the rebounding, there's a very, very large rebounding edge on the glass for the Cleveland Cavaliers with potentially Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And just the size of this team overall, that I think that they have an edge on the glass. And so maybe Toronto is able to get the initial stop, but it's the second chance points that I'm concerned about. And I think that's where I could see Cleveland really getting it done in this game, cleaning up on the glass, getting extra opportunities, and then Donovan Mitchell just carrying this team as he's done. Both of these two teams have been really good to the number recently. More so on the Cavs team on his Raptors side, his Raptors team is rolling right now. I see the Cavs point. I think I'm still going to take Raptors plus 2.5. I'll probably be wrong about it. And I'm honestly not too concerned because this Raptors team is just rolling right now. But I understand the point of, hey, this Cavs team can still play good defense. They can still go out there and score. The second chance opportunities are going to be there for them. So if they don't get on the initial look, they'll get second chance opportunities. They'll have more chances and be able to get up on this Raptors team. But they have lost the first two, so I understand it. I'm probably going to end up staying away from that one. Totals at 237.5. It said no Yakapurtle. Was that what's official? Let me check that out. No Yakapurtle and no Barrett tonight. Somebody said, just got to double check on that. But 237.5 is the total. I think this is I think that's too many points. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a competitive game, a little bit more of a playoff atmosphere. These two of the top teams in the East and the Cavs really trying to get over on the Raptors. And these actually haven't been high scoring games in the first two times they played. It was, the 126 by the Raptors, but 112, 101 in that first meeting in Cleveland. Slight push to the under, but nothing official there. Probably just a big Donovan Mitchell game. When Free Sauce said it, when Donovan Mitchell doesn't score 35 plus points, the Cavs are a 500 team. So, like, how good do you feel about Donovan Mitchell today? I think that's how I would feel about the Cavs. All right, let's see here. Next game up. Oh, my boys. I got my boys. The Detroit Pistons are on the road going to play Indiana Pacers. Pacers are catching 10.5 at home. 235.5 is the total. Injury report. And we have Jaden Ivey probable, Karis LeVert probable, Marcus Sasser out. And we have Aaron Nesmith, Johnny Furpey, Quentin Jackson, Obi Toppin, Cam Jones, all out for this game. Well, you guys, you should know. I mean, the chat, this is my team. These are my guys. I am all over the Pistons show here today. I love the Pistons. I love the Pistons this season. I can't get off of betting the Pistons right now. And 12-4 ATS right now on the season, 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're 5-2 on the road. The Pacers, I will admit this. I think the Pacers are now slightly better off because they do have Nembhard and they do have Matherin back, and those are actual NBA caliber players. Like those are actual really good players. They were really, really scraping at the bottom of the barrel here for a little bit, but they were actually really, really good quality players here. So I think that they will have a little bit of heart, plus Pascal Siakam. They'll have a little bit of heart moving forward and being able to compete in games, but just not with this Pistons team. This Pistons team is a complete wagon. They're a dog defensively. They're able to get after and anchored by Jalen Duren, who's taking more of a leadership role on this team and saying, hey, we're going to make sure that the defense is right and we're going to make sure we're set. And he's getting everybody into place. You look at this defense, and right now they are forcing teams to an effective field goal percentage, 52.2. That is 6th in the NBA. They are really, really good here defending the 3-point line as well. I mean, they've been able to get points in the paint. They're not allowing teams to score easily inside the paint. They're defending in transition. Like, everything looks good for this Pistons team right now. And it doesn't matter who goes out there. And now they're getting healthier. Jaden Ivey's back and he's getting rolling. Karis LeVert is going out there and competing. Like, I'm all over. I don't know what's going to get me off of this Pistons team against the Pacers. I would love to see. Let me check the chat, see if anybody has. Yeah. I don't think anybody really has any resistance there. The Pacers playing good, but not good enough. I understand that. I understand the motivation. A little bit of a look ahead here for the Celtics, but like, are we looking ahead to the Celtics team this year? Like, I don't know if I'm looking ahead to the Celtics this year. So, maybe if like Jason Tatum and, this was defending champion Celtics, but this team, I don't know if they're really the same look ahead spot here. Looking at a couple of numbers I wanted to add. In the first half, the Detroit Pistons are 11-5 this season, 4-12 for the Indiana Pacers in the first half. So that first half is a really good look, especially that second quarter. Jesus, the second quarter, 13-2-1 for the Detroit Pistons this season. So they really do pick it up in the second quarter, and that's how they're able to cover the first half and get on a run going into halftime. And this Pacers team has really started games off very, very slow. I mean, they've just been horrible in games overall, but they've definitely started games off slow. So that could be an angle here looking at the first half for the Pacers. I mean, for the Pistons, I'm sorry. First half number for the Pistons for the full game, laying 10.5. I'm sorry. I'm just not concerned right now. I'm going to just keep betting this Pistons team because they continue to cover. JT said he likes Matherin points today for need him to ball hog. Yeah, I can see it. We'll see. Definitely going to see a lot of Ahmed All-Star Thompson. Defensively, I would think that Matherin would, but yeah, I definitely can see that. Total. Let's get to the total. Total sitting here at 235.5 right now. Do I trust the Pacers to do their part? I mean, Matherin could score. Pascal, I think, could be able to get some motion going. Maybe try to get Duren in some foul trouble. Let me see here. Let's go back to the total. Total 230. Not really a good number. Too high for both of these two teams, honestly. I don't really know if the Pacers are going to do their part. I think it's going to be a really solid defensive effort here by the Pistons as well. Maybe a Pacers team total under, or maybe just under for the game. 235.5 seems like a little tad bit too high for me, but that's not my more confident play here. Definitely all over the Pistons. Laying 10.5. That's locked territory. All right, before we get to the next games on the slate, got to talk to you about Novig, America's number one sports prediction market. You're getting the best prices on Novig, available in 35 plus states. So make sure you go check out Novig. Hey, instead of paying minus 115 for something, you might be paying minus 105. You never know. You got to go check it out. And it's more available to more people because it's available 35 plus states. So download the Novig app. Get in on the action. Get $50 when you spend just $5. When you use our promo code SGPN, get on the action with Novig. Underdog. We'll drop an underdog lineup at the end of the show for sure. But you can win up to 5,000 times your entry here on Underdog, picking higher or lower your favorite players' fantasy stats. So, hey, remember that we have a brand new offer for our listeners. Play just $5. Get $100 in bonus funds when you use that sign-up code NBASGPN. And again, I'll drop a lineup at the end of the show when we do lock and dog picks here. Who's next on the docket? Oh, my boys. In a pseudo rivalry game, we could call it. I think it's a rivalry game. It is a rivalry game. New York Knicks on the road. Going to play the Brooklyn Nets. Knicks are laying 13.5. 228.5 is the total. I mean, there's actually one clear way to bet this game. I just don't know if it's gonna 100% count in this spot. But for the Brooklyn Nets, they played yesterday, so nothing to report there. And then we have Landry Shamet is out. That's probably addition by subtraction, if you ask me. And OG Anunoby is still out. All right. So here's the easy thing to know about betting the New York Knicks right now. You take them at home and you fade them on the road. They are great at home. They are horrible on the road. They have not covered a road game yet. 0-6, have not covered a road game yet. They are 1-5 straight up on the road this season. It's abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. So 8-1 at home against the spread, by the way, just so you know, if anybody was doing math at home. But now we're in Brooklyn, so it's like, is this even going to count? Like, is this going to count? I mean, I came into this episode saying I will not take the Knicks on the road again. And then I forgot that they had to play the Brooklyn Nets on the road. The Nets are horrible. I understand that. Yes. But they were very competitive in that game against the Toronto Raptors, who I think are a good team. They were very competitive in that game. Could they mess around and find a way to find themselves competitive in this one? Yes. It's just the Knicks should have the crowd, too. It's going to be split. I mean, you'll have your season ticket holders, yeah, but I think a good amount of Knicks fans are going to be in the building for this one. So it kind of makes me think it's going to be a little bit of a pseudo home game, too. I'm going to stick with it. Give me the Nets. I said I'm not going to take the Knicks. However, the first half numbers for the Knicks are really good. 10-5 in the first half this season. Nets are 3-13. I could see the Knicks getting out early in this game, and then the Nets kind of just hanging around. But I'm going to take the Nets plus the points, just because I can't take this Knicks team on the road right now. They look abysmal when they're not playing in Madison Square Garden. Chat is, Davis talking about how the Knicks almost lost to the Mavs on the road. Yeah, they were in a war with the Mavericks on the road. It's just that we're still in New York here. That's the only thing that's really be concerning to me, is that we're still in New York. Lights out talking about the Nets has messed up a bunch of his bets by covering the spread. Yeah, they have. I could see maybe another MPJ game, something like that. But yeah, I'm not feeling the Knicks today. I will not lie. I'm not feeling the Knicks today. Total's at 228.5. Knicks over in 7 of the last 10 games. Nets have been under in 6 of the last 10. What's the pace numbers here? Knicks want to run fast, but they just can't. They're not capable of it. Sometimes I just don't think they're capable of moving fast at times, and that could be an angle of how this Nets team kind of looks better. It's because the Nets want to play at a faster tempo than this Knicks team, so I could see that. Not really a good feel on a total here, because the Knicks have been so bad on the road. So not the best look there for me. Chat's moving. What's going on? All right, let's see here. Next game on the slate, we've got Dallas Mavericks. Oh, this is going to be really quick and easy. The Dallas Mavericks are on the road, going to play the Miami Heat. Heat are laying 8.5. 240.5 is the total. Injury report. Oh wait, let me change the game before somebody yells at me. There we go. Injury report, and we have for the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero plans to play today. That's actually legitly what it says. TBD on Andrew Wiggins and Jovic, and then Anthony Davis is doubtful. Brandon Williams is questionable. Ryan Nembhard is questionable. Derek Lively is out. Well, ew. So I just took the Nets, and I'm about to take the Mavs too, back to back. I actually kind of want to go change my Nets pick and make it the Knicks. I don't want to be on the card supporting the Nets and the Mavs on the same slate. But I have to take the Mavs. I can't lay 8.5 with the Heat. Absolutely cannot. One, this Heat team plays way too fast, so there's any chance of this Mavericks team matching them in pace and going up and down the court and matching them for points. I mean, I could see that happening here. I understand the Mavericks have been abysmal offensively in the past, especially this season, but like, this Heat team just plays way too fast for that, and they can find themselves in a little bit of a war. And they've been able to keep up with some teams in some of these games as well. Like, the Mavericks haven't been as horrible as they have been to start the season. They're actually 4-6 in their last 10 games, and that's a significant upgrade from where they started. I understand Miami Heat great at covering the number right now. They've actually overperformed as a favorite than they normally have. They're 5-1 this season as a favorite, 12-4-1 ATS. But you got to teach teach a old dog new tricks. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I'm sorry, man. When I see the Heat laying this big of a number, I always cross my eyes. I don't want to lay that big of a number with the Miami Heat. It's just not a good spot, especially here at home. And so I will be on the Mavericks plus 8.5 here and say that the pace is a factor here. The Mavericks match them in pace. We have a rather interesting Cooper Flag matchup here, and PJ Washington is able to go, and Max Christie gives them some really good minutes at the point guard position. I think the Mavericks are going to find themselves in this game. Heat win, though. Mavericks plus 8.5, Heat on the money line. I think that's a nice little same game parlay that's going to come through here in that one. And give me the over, because if the Mavericks find themselves in this game, it's because they actually decide to put the ball in the basket one of these days. So I will take over 240.5. Give me Norman Powell over his points prop, though. Norman Powell has a great game, continues to be good this season. All right, working our way to the 8 p.m. window here. I got the Chicago Bulls on the road going to play the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans catching 5.5 at home. 245.5 is the total. Injury report. Let me get look at me. I'm getting my update on my slide here. Boom. Injury report we got for the Chicago Bulls. Kevin Huerter, questionable. Patrick Williams, questionable. Dalen Terry's out. Isaac Okoro out. Zach Collins out. Trent Flowers out. And then we got Kevon Looney, questionable for this Pelicans team. Herb Jones is out. Jordan Poole out. All right. What's the Bulls' record right now? 9-7. Okay. They did take that loss against the Miami Heat the other day. I feel like I was up here talking with you guys about that game. They did take that loss. And then they did play a 1-point game to the Wizards. But they won. So now the Bulls are playing, and you gotta feel out the Bulls and how the Bulls. This is pure gut handicap. Pure gut handicap. They played the close game against the Wizards after losing. That's like back-to-back losses for this Bulls team, basically. 2-5 ATS is favorite of the Bulls. Shout out to Tomorrow, good stat. However, I want you to understand this Pelicans team is actually like horrible. Horrible. They have lost 124-106 to Golden State, 126-109 to OKC, 125-118. That was a competitive game against Denver, though. And then a 3-point loss to Dallas. And then the 115-98 loss to the Atlanta Hawks here. I think the Bulls are going to be able to score, and I don't know if the Pelicans are going to be able to match the scoring. Let's go to the chat. Never bet the Bulls as faves. Fade the Bulls versus weak teams. Take them versus the good. Yeah. This Pelicans team. There's no way I'm taking the Pelicans, the Mavericks, and the Nets all on the same card, though, guys. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to make some tough decisions somewhere. I can't commit myself to that. Give me the Bulls. I think this is just the Bulls' opportunity to take a chance to beat up on a 2-15 team. I understand that they just had the close game against the Wizards. I would have preferred that they lost the game outright to the Wizards. That way, I could come and bet them on the bounce back here. But yeah, give me the Bulls. I think this is Bulls get what's their who they play next? Oh yeah, they're about to play. Yeah, they got a stretch of weak teams. They're playing New Orleans, Charlotte, and then Indiana, all on the road. And then before they play Orlando, they're in there calling the Pelicans a close your eyes special. That's crazy. All right, give me the Bulls. I don't like it though. Probably not the bet the Bulls spot here today, but I'll take the Bulls. I'm not taking all these ugly, gross dogs here on the card today. I've already somehow convinced myself into the Mavericks and the Nets here. I don't want to add the Pelicans to that card. All right. 245.5 is total. I will take the over because if you do like the Pelicans, I think it is going to be because that they're able to finally actually put the ball in the basket, score, and keep up. Very similar to the Dallas Mavericks and the Miami Heat game. So maybe the dogs are a play in those ugly, ugly games in the early part of the window, but we shall see. We shall see, chat. All right, let's see what we got. Next game up, the Portland Trail Blazers on the road going to play the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks are laying 1.5. This is going to be a good game. 232.5 is the total injury report. And we got Portland, a second leg of a back-to-back. Giannis is out. Taurean Prince is out. Kevin Porter Jr. is out. But, I mean, I'll say this. Both of these two teams are feeling desperate in this spot here. Both of them have lost 4 of their last 5 games. The Bucks have actually lost 4 straight here. And they found a way to keep themselves competitive in certain points of the game, but then it just kind of gets away from them. And you've got this Portland team. They just came off the loss to OKC last night. I was talking about that a little bit earlier, the revenge game, the only team to beat OKC. They just came off a win against the Warriors, a 4-point win there. And then they've lost some kind of questionable games. You lose to the Mavs. You lose. That Suns team is actually like really, really solid right now, so that's not that bad of a loss. And then you go and you lose to the Bulls, and you caught the Bulls in kind of a weird spot where the Bulls are now ascending, and you're kind of a good team. And we just talked about how the Bulls kind of get up against good teams. The concern is that Portland is not as good on the road as they are at home for me. They are 3-7 against the spread on the road this season. However, very, very good results as an underdog. 7-3 ATS this season as an underdog. The Milwaukee Bucks haven't been able to close out any type of games at all whatsoever. They're 3-5 ATS as a favorite, 2-8 in their last 10 games. Really not too much home court edge for the Milwaukee Bucks or anything like that. Let's see. Somebody's saying, I don't know how I thought Portland was 12-0 in last 12. It was last 12 of back-to-back. I don't know about that. We got to see that. I don't know about that. But it's kind of hard to not want to take Portland as a dog. Although I think that's kind of fool's gold here today. I think that's kind of fool's gold here today. It's really hard not to take Portland as a dog. But the road numbers are extremely concerning. They're kind of a team that I just want to back at home right now at this point in the season. I could see Ryan Rollins going out there and having a big game. I think that they really don't have too much resistance on the inside, and Bobby Portis at home could have a really big game in this one. Kyle Kuzma hasn't been horrible. Like, I think that the size, there's a little bit of a size problem here, and it's going to challenge the Trailblazers in this game with this matchup. So I think I'm going Bucks, but I don't like it. It feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. I don't understand. I actually would think that Portland would be a lot better. Let's see. Portland 13-1-1 ATS on a back-to-back since 2024. All right, well, if that's legit, David, then it's really hard to fade Portland in that spot. That's a really good stat there. Money on totals for you're fading the WNBA totals. All right, yeah, great job. Which Dame was playing in this one for the Dame? I forgot. There's a Dame revenge. I keep forgetting that Dame is on Portland. I like that. That just. Oh yeah, Dame is on Portland. Like again, how did we get here? How did we get here? Yeah, 12 straight wins because they bet on the one. All right, so well, I'll change my pick there. Give me Portland. I know they're horrible on the road, but Portland getting it done on the second back to back. Yeah, I get it. All right, shout to the chat. Good stat find there by the chat. All right, let's find the next game that we want to talk about here. Oh well, the totals there's at 232.5. If Portland wins, I think it's because of the defense and they get up defensively on the road. And so I would probably take under in that one, but not a good feel on that note. What's next? Denver. Wow, it seems like a lot of good teams are playing bad teams tonight. Denver Nuggets are on the road going to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies are catching 8.5 at home. 233.5 is the total. Injury report, and we got for the Denver Nuggets, it looks like Aaron Gordon, Christian Browns, Julian Strawher all out. Aaron Gordon's out with a hamstring, man. He's missing time. Like it just seems turn injuries off. Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable. John Morant's out. Jamal Small's out. Ty Jerome's out. Scottie Pippen Jr. is out. Yeah. All right. So anybody want to talk me off of Denver and not just hammering the Denver Nuggets here today? I haven't liked really anything going on. You got Ja getting into it with Klay Thompson and well, first of all, I would like to say Santi Aldama definitely tripped him. That definitely happened. So like I understand being upset at that. But also, why do we continue to go through this cycle of whether it's John the Warriors or ex-Warriors players? Like we go through this cycle of these guys just don't like each other. Like they just genuinely do not like each other. And so Klay Thompson taking it back to the press conference and dropping more more bombs in the press conference here. So my concern with Denver is that we've got 3 games in a row where I've seen them play teams that they should not have played close, play them close. That is the Sacramento Kings, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Bulls. The Bulls actually won the game outright. The Bulls maybe went and caught them there. We got the New Orleans Pelicans. So I'm really not feeling great about taking the Nuggets here, even though I know that they're a far superior team. They play better on both sides of the ball. Offensively, they're a juggernaut. Defensively, they can really get things going. I know it's going to suck for a little while without Aaron Gordon, and it's not going to be as good. But, I mean, Jokic has even stepped it up defensively. Like, this Denver Nuggets team has just been really, really good here as of late. 7th in NBA in opponents' points per game, 7th in NBA in opponents' field goal percentage, top 10 in a lot of metrics here. And the Grizzlies have not. Grizzlies have been the complete opposite. Grizzlies have been horrible on almost all metrics in all phases of basketball. So, I mean, I'll take the better team. Give me the Nuggets. More extra intel here. 12-4 ATS on the season for the Nuggets. 12-4 in the first half. 6-11 in the first half for the Memphis Grizzlies. Not being able to get it done. Nuggets very good starting the game, 12-4 in the first quarter and getting it going. And so, 10-6 for the Nuggets. ATS 7-3 in their last 10 games. I'm not in the business of taking the Memphis Grizzlies, so I'll be on the Nuggets here. Pretty easy, very chalk spot here for me, and chalk enough that I might actually end up betting this as well, so it can get a chalk zone drop.
Who's got the chalk?
Okay, here is what I think is one of the more interesting games of the night. And actually, that's going to be a tease that we'll talk about in just a second. But first, I'm going to talk to you about rhythm. and make sure that everybody knows that you can get down on NBA, NFL, college football action all over there with Rhythm. They're also giving away weekly cash prizes, and you can track your bets over there in the app. All you got to do is track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000 over there at Rhythm. Make sure you go check them out. SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. Okay. I think this is one of the more interesting games of the night here. We got the Houston Rockets going up against the Phoenix Suns. Rockets laying 6.5, 224.5 is the total. Injury report here for these two teams. And you got for the Houston Rockets, Steven Adams is questionable to play in this game. Kevin Durant is out. Torrey Eason is out. You've got no injury report for the Phoenix Suns because they played yesterday. All right, where's Luis when you need him? He's probably going to come in at the end of the show and be like, oh, man, I missed it. Oh, dude. But this would be a perfect time for Luis to be here because his Phoenix Suns are actually pretty good. And I hate to admit it. Yeah, waste of a KD revenge. No KD, waste of a revenge game. Yeah, like it's crazy. No KD, no Jalen Green in this game. Dylan Brooks is the second leading? Is Dylan Brooks the second leading scorer? Yes, Dylan Brooks is the second leading scorer on this team. And he's really it may not be the most efficient all the time, but 21 points on the season is 21 points on the season. And they need his production right now. They just continue to find ways to be in games and win games. The Phoenix Suns are 12-5 ATS this season, 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're 9-1 ATS at home. And I would be concerned. But somehow the Rockets are 6-1 ATS on the road. They're 9-5 ATS in their own right. And so I've seen this Rockets team go and play some really, really close games and be able to come out with wins. They played a close game in Cleveland and they won. They played the close game against the Mavericks and got the Magic and got the win. And then they just had their setback where they weren't able to close it out against the Denver Nuggets. And so now you're getting this team off of a loss. I wouldn't be surprised if Houston found a way to win this game. I really wouldn't. But I think that I think the Suns are going to cover. I think the Suns are going to cover and be in the game. I don't want to lay 6.5 with the Houston team. No Kevin Durant, even though I really do trust Ime Udoka. I think Ime Udoka is going to find a way to get the win here, but just by the margin and this Phoenix Suns team being as good as they've been this season and being able to cover the number and just keep themselves in games, and the home court has been there. It's kind of a resurgence behind how well this Phoenix Suns team has been playing right now. I think that the size issue of Şengün is going to be a problem. I don't know if they're going to be able to slow him down. I think he'll be able to not only just be able to get things going for himself, but really create for everybody else. And if Steven Adams goes, it's just going to be more and more issues that I think that the Phoenix Suns are going to have on the size market of this team. And that's why I think that the Rockets are going to be able to get the win. I just don't know if it's going to be by margin. The Rockets have been playing good teams close, and I've been watching the games and man, this is a good game. So I'll take the Rockets. I'll take the Suns plus the points, but I do think the Rockets are going to get the win. Maybe a Rockets 1-10. I would look into something like that. And that's probably a little bit of plus money. And you can a nice little value there, but yeah, no, I don't know if I want to fade this Suns team at home all the way. So I'll take the points, but I think this is going to be a good game. Definitely think I'm going to load up on Şengün props today. I think Alperen Şengün, a PRA or something like that. I think that could be a really good play here today. Let's see here. Totals at 224.5. That dropped significantly with the no KD news and all of that. I actually think it'll go over because I think that the Rockets are going to have a really good effect on the glass. They're going to get offensive rebounds, a whole bunch of extra attempts, and maybe that turns into some Jabari Smith threes, some Reed Shepherd threes, maybe a Amin Thompson corner three, something like that. So I think the Rockets are going to be able to put up a score. And this Phoenix Suns team has been effective. They've been effective in being able to put up points at home. So I understand that the line's dropped. the 6-1 to the over. The Rockets are on the road. I'm gonna keep going with that. Give me the over 224.5 at a lower number with everybody out, but not as confident in that. All right, next game up, Minnesota on the road, going to play Sacramento Kings. Oh, this Kings team is just completely. Wait, what is that? That's not the right. Oh, do I not have one? Oh, I don't have one for this one. Oh yeah, no, because that's not the right team. All right, don't got one for no little ticker for this one. But Minnesota Timberwolves on the road, going to play the Sacramento Kings. Kings are catching 9.5 at home. 238.5 is the total. Injury report: Terrell Furman Jr. is questionable. Domantas Sabonis is out. All right. Both of these two teams have been lackluster. Hasn't looked good on either side. Honestly, the Sacramento Kings are 1-6 ATS, 2-5 straight up at home. It's been horrible. Minnesota's been able to win the game, but they haven't been able to win games by margin. And that's going to be really the questionable thing here is, are they going to be able to win this game by margin? They're 6-7 as a favorite this season, 3-5 ATS on the road. You just saw what they did where they blew that game. Like, I just don't understand how you want to get behind this Minnesota team if you watch the end of that game against the Phoenix Suns. Like, they had the win, they had the cover, they had everything under control, and they found a way to lose that game. And so, as horrible and ugly and everything that I think that this Sacramento Kings team is, they got the win last time out against Denver. I guess they're kind of feeling themselves a little bit. Honestly, truly, let's just kind of stop it at that, because they got the win the last game. And so I feel like that's enough. That's uglier than what Minnesota is putting on tape and how they lost their last game. I think the fact that the Kings actually got a win means a little bit more than how, because I could talk myself into Minnesota getting up after that game, realizing what they did, saying, hey, we're going to close out this time around, and we're not going to give this team a chance. And so they do end up covering 9.5. But y'all know my bias against this Kings team. I'm over the Kings. I'm quitting on the Kings. So yeah, give me Minnesota. I'm not betting this one, but if you had to take a side, I'd probably take Minnesota to cover the number. I think that they're just going to struggle on the inside. Julius Randle and Naz Reid are going to be able to impose their will inside the painted area on this Sacramento Kings team. There'll be Ant jacking up a bunch of threes. This Kings defense has been horrible. They've been completely unserious. They're shopping the whole team, trying to make another rebuild. So, yeah, enough of that. I'm good on that. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves. Another chalk play here. All right, let's hurry up and close things out because my Mac is about to die. I don't have much time left. The Utah Jazz are on the road. I promise you it's going to be so simple, just like that. The Utah Jazz are on the road, going to play Golden State Warriors. Jazz are catching 14.5 on the road. 239.5 is the total. Injury report: Jazz just played the Lakers yesterday at home, where they did cover the spread because they are demons at covering the spread at home, whereas the Warriors are questionable with Draymond, but if Steph's playing, good chance Draymond's going to play. Jonathan Kuminga is out. D'Anthony Melton's out. Al Horford is out. All right. Warriors. Going to take the Warriors here. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm not going to think about it too much. I understand the Warriors have lost 3 straight games, have not looked the best. They did just lose that game to Portland. 5-1 against the spread at home, against 2-5 against the spread on the road for the Utah Jazz. Come on, there's the cap. The Utah Jazz are on the road. There's really nothing to talk about. I understand it's a large number, and look, I love this Utah Jazz team. I do. I know how to bet them now. This is what we're going to do with Utah for the rest of the year. I'm not going to bet them. We're going to fade them on the road. We're going to take them at home. Fade them on the road, take them at home. So I'm going to keep it going there. Give me the Warriors. Another really chalk play here, but second leg of a back-to-back as well. Rest advantage for Warriors. Yeah. Man. All right. That's a fire song. All right. Now, Total's at 239.5. I think somebody said it. I would take Jazz team total under, and then I'd probably take the Warriors team total over. But that's probably how I would play that one. All right, let's close things out. Lock, dog, underdog. For my lock, are you guys going to be mad if I just lock up the Pistons again? I know I've been doing it a lot recently, and so it's not like very innovative. But this Pistons team is a dog, and they're getting healthier. And I understand the Pacers started getting Nembhard and Mathurin back. I don't think it's enough. I'm not really concerned about a look ahead to Boston this year either. I just don't think the Pacers are going to be able to score. And if the Pistons could easily run the score up. So now I'm hoping for a Piston. Yeah, no. Give me the Pistons lane 10.5. It's my lock. For my dog, I mean, should it be Portland in some aspect? Ugh. I can't take the Mavericks outright. I kind of do, man, that Pelicans game. Because I'm just thinking about JT talking. He's saying, it's in my head, fade the Bulls against bad teams. Fade the Bulls against bad teams. Kind of want to get there to the Pelicans. Not going to do it. So what I will do is I will take Portland. I will tail chat because the chat did bring up a good note of how good Portland is on the second leg of a back-to-back. So I will tell the chat and I will get an alt line on Portland to win by hold that thought. There we go. All right, there we go. I can get Portland to win. Portland minus 3.5 plus 148. I'll go with that. So, all right, we're back in Portland on the second leg of a back-to-back. I am very questionable about it, but chat made a very good note of how good Portland is on the second leg back-to-back, and I will lock up the Pistons, land 10.5. But it's maybe a little bit of a chalk parlay that you could play here today. Pistons cover the number, Nuggets cover the number, and Warriors cover the number. They're probably like, what's that? Probably like 6-1 or +5, something like that. All right, underdog. Let's get an underdog lineup going real quick. I did talk about Şengün briefly. I do like Şengün today. David said, any totals that I like? I mean, over in Dallas and Miami. Yeah, not really a big feel on totals today. All right. Where's it at? Houston. This is underdog. So let's go Şengün. 41.5 PRA. I understand it sounds like a lot. I think Şengün is in triple-double territory today. So I will take higher. 41.5 PRA. I also agree that nobody on the Kings is going to be able to stop Anthony Edwards today after that loss. Higher 28.5 points. And Norman Powell. He's been really good, man. He's going to be an all-star. It's only at 19. What? 19.5? Are you expecting them to blow him out? I should have locked up that. Norman Powell higher, 19.5 points. Anthony Edwards higher, 28.5 points. Alperen Şengün higher, 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Add that on the underdog, shake it up. You're going to get 6.26x. $100 gets $626 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. And with that, 12 straight covers on second leg of a back-to-back by the Blazers. Shout out to J Main with that stat or whoever. And I think somebody else had that stat earlier, or it might have been him. But yeah, that's it. All right, next time I will be back with Lante and we will be breaking down the slate, and it'll be much better than being in the streaming room with me. With that, I'm at ___. Make sure you give me a follow at SGPN NBA. Give us a follow, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, and make sure you give us a 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.